Hello everyone, this is Professor Alcott. I wanted to just quickly go over with you some key things for Module 3 that began on Sunday. So the first is that we're focusing in on patient-centered care, teamwork, and collaboration. And this perhaps is one of, I think, the most important aspects of this course and what you've learned thus far is leading up to this module. And the reason being is when we look at Joint Commission data, there are up to 250,000 errors that occur annually in the U.S. healthcare system, and 91% of the time the Joint Commission tells us it's due to a breakdown in communication, which is inherently part of teamwork and collaboration. So we're going to focus on team steps, and the learning objectives for this module are to reflect upon events that are occurring during patient interactions. So that's really part of the first assignment that you're working on now that's due tomorrow evening, which is your best worst patient. And what we mean by that is that patient or that experience that you've had with patient care that was really a bad situation, maybe really true the worst situation you've had, but it was the best because you learned something from it that has changed the way you practice. So that's really the focus of that assignment. We also want you to describe lessons learned. That's what makes it the best, because you learned something from it that's changed your practice. We're also going to have you demonstrate how to give feedback using the Team Steps 2.0 Pocket Guide, and then you're going to evaluate your peer responses to an emergent sentinel event, and that's the Elaine Bromley case. So your learning activities are to complete the reading assignments, visit the recommended websites below, review the voiceover PowerPoint on Team Steps and how to use the Pocket Guide, and then participate in the 2 practice exercises. So right here is the link to the Pocket Guide. So you're going to click that link and it will open up a virtual copy that you can see here. And as I quickly leaf through this, you're going to want to focus in on the communication section, as well as the situation monitoring section, and the mutual support sections, because you can notice here there's an option here for feedback, or a section on feedback. You're also going to take a close look at the 2 challenge rule, cuss, and desk. So those are the areas you want to focus in on, and then you can actually go to the Team Steps website, which is linked right here, and you can actually pull up PowerPoints, videos, and other modules related to the content of each of those sections. So here are your assigned readings. The course reserves are right here. If you link out to that, it will bring you in to what you need to do to get those Module 3, which it brings you right to. So here are the articles for Module 3, and you can sort by module, by the way, in case you didn't know that. It'll show you those. Going to go back over to the course here. This is essential to watch. It is a 20-minute video, but it goes over the key points of Team Steps, which you're going to be needing more for your second assignment, which will open up tomorrow, which is the Elaine Bromley or Team Steps practice activity. So I talked already a bit about the best worst patient practice, what you need to do earlier, so I'm not going to belabor that. The rubric and instructions are here. You can link out to that, and the schedule, which is critical. You have to have the video submitted by 23:59 tomorrow. I do not have the ability in the new practice to reopen it or allow for late entries. So if it is not in by 23:59, I cannot accept a late entry and you'll receive a 0 on the assignment. And I really don't want that to happen. It's a relatively straightforward assignment and it's excellent. So please do make sure that you're in on time. After that's in, you will go back and look at your peers, but you're going to also begin to work on the Team Steps practice activity. All the details are here, but I want to point out a couple of quick things. This is where the Pocket Guide comes in really important, and that information. You're going to watch about 8 minutes of a 20-minute video, and we pause the video and say, you are this nurse, what do you do now? And what we're looking for you is to act that out. I'm not looking for you to say, well, I would do this or I would do that in Team Steps. No, I want you to talk to the camera as if you're in the room interacting with the other individuals, and use Team Steps. Use what you've learned in Team Steps to affect change to what's going on in the care of that patient. This is a perfect opportunity to practice. That's why the application is now called Practice, so that you have the opportunity to practice this so that if it occurs in the real world, you'll have confidence in using some of those Team Steps concepts and tools that are available to you that are evidence-based. The other thing is your primary response should be no more than 3 minutes. In fact, I would say that some of the best responses I've ever seen are actually 60 seconds or less. So keep that in mind. Then after you're done that, next week we'll actually start on the peer review and critique section, and the details are outlined here. As always, if you have any questions, post to the Q&A discussion board, or you can send me an email as well. Thanks so much, and hope this helps you with your Module 3 activity.